Hey guys, welcome to that overworked Odyssey channel. So today we're gonna be changing out these right here. We're changing out the links and also the bushings somewhere back there, up there. You see they look pretty bad. I get a lot of noise when I go over little bumps or uneven pavement. So I'm gonna go ahead and change that out today on both. And this is a 2021 Honda Odyssey Touring. So yeah, let's get started. Oh, by the way, dealing with this stabilizer bar, it's easier to get these bolts and whatever out while the vehicle's on load. So that's why I have loops on both sides. So that kind of makes it a little easier to get these. Not easier, but you know, it wouldn't put too much pressure on it as you're taking out the bolts if it's unloaded. So just keep it loaded, and I find this the easier way. So alright, so I went ahead and ended up spraying the other side with some of this PB Blaster, so that way it's a little easier to come out. Let's go ahead and try to crack this 17 mil. What I did was I got the breaker bar on there, short 17, through the lower control arm just to crack it. And I got this other long 17 on an extension, give me a little more leverage. Those things on there. Alright. Alright, so I went ahead and unlocked my vice grips on this side of the what is it? Ball joint on the link. So that way when I turn it to take it out, the whole thing wouldn't be spinning. So I'm gonna go again, try to break the nut on that now. Alright. Now I can take a ratchet to know it's spinning. A lot faster if I had an electric ratchet, but yeah, I don't have one of those. Okay, so now that we got that bottom of the link out, we're gonna go ahead and remove the two bolts. Oh, it's actually a nut and a bolt. One's in here that's holding the bracket for the stabilizer bushing. So you'd be taking this bolt out and this nut that's in here. This is a 19, and the other one I believe is a 17. I'll let you know. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start removing this 19. Use my 1/2-inch breaker bar to break it. That's nice. I'll just get my ratchet in it. Oh. Let's see if this is a 17. 19. 19 as well. So go ahead and break that with this. Once you crack your 19 bolt and the 19 nut, go ahead and get your ratchet, the 19 on it, and just take those out. Whatever you do on this side, it'll be the same process on the other side. This is for the front, that's on the rear. The bolt goes in there, the nut goes on here. Simple. So now we'll go do the other side, remove the same components, and then we'll get back and install the new bushings on both sides. Tighten these back up and proceed. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this other side out, driver's side. So I'll probably just speed this up since it's done basically the same thing on the other side. So, everything's nice and free. We'll go ahead and remove the old bushings, get the new ones in, place the bracket on, and we also put on the bottom end of the new link. Alright, so I got my parts here. These are the bushings, right? Brand new from Honda parts now, I believe. This is the part number for the front bushings. There's something I like to do as well. When I order these, you know, they don't come until you, like when they arrive, they don't, on the packaging it doesn't say like what's for what. So before I start doing any work and actually installing, I like to label it. So this would be, these two are for the front, but this is for the left side, passenger side, and this is for the right, driver's side. Oh, sorry, left driver's side, right passenger side. So I like to label them so that way it's easier when installing. I'll know what's for what. And these are the part numbers. And also, these don't come with this nut, the new nut, so they expect you to reuse the old ones that you take out, but sometimes they get really, how do you say it, they get really messed up when you take them out. They're really rusted out. So I buy brand new nuts for those as well. Same 17 millimeters, and that's the part number for it. These are for the front. The rear is a different size. So, okay. Now that we got our new parts sorted on the sides, we're gonna go in and start removing this bushing. Yeah, this one looks pretty bad. You see that opening on the bushing? That's facing towards the back, so when we put the new one, I'm gonna make sure I put it back the same way as well. Alright. Oh yeah, look at that. Look how bad this bushing was. It's cracked right there. See it? That's still good. This is what's making all the noise when I go over those little bumps, this little bushing. So, and also on these, there's a arrow on it that states the direction that it's supposed to be, like the front. Make sure when you install it back how it's supposed to be seated, that arrow is pointing to the front. What I like to do before I install anything, I like to clean it up a bit. Match up new with the old. I don't know if you guys can see me here, but sorry, this is my first time recording. I'm not a pro at this, but you know, I'll get there. Also guys, that surface on where the bushing sits, you try to clean there as well from any debris or dust, dirt, whatever. Let's get this new bushing in. You can see my arrow is pointing to the front, so it's going to be sitting a bit more that way. So let's get it. This is the front. That's it. Got the bracket. I'm gonna go ahead and set it back this way. The bolt goes through that, and the nut goes on that part. So just make sure you align it right. Sits nice and flat. So we got our bracket on there. I'm gonna take the nut, put a little thread lock. Thread lock on it. There. Go ahead and line it up. Just get a couple of threads on it so it holds that bracket in place. You don't want to tighten it up all the way, but not on this one. Alright, so once we got a couple of threads on that, go ahead and leave it like that, and then go ahead and switch out the bushing on the other side. Alright, so now that we got the bushings and the bushing brackets on, now it's time to put in the bottom end of this link, right, to the stabilizer bar. We didn't tighten anything up, so I'm gonna leave it all loose till the end after we get that top one in with the link. So you want to tighten these things and torque them while it's on load. So I'm gonna leave everything loose until I get the top in. What I like to do, put a little anti-seize, mating parts, and the bolt, not the bolt, the nut, and the ball joint's gonna sit or mate. Put a little thread lock on it. Just a little bit. For this, it doesn't matter which side you put on the top or the bottom. It works out the same, whichever way you put it in. On there. New nut. Whatever you do to this side, does the same for the other side. Just make sure you have the right parts for the right side. Just leave that for now. So now we're gonna take the van off the ramp, back it up, take the wheel off, put one side link in, do the same for the other side. Then we'll put them back on the ramp so we can torque down these bolts and nuts at the bottom here for the bracket. The reason to do that is so that when you want that to be, the new one to be set in you want this stabilizer bar to sit, you know, without being under any pressure or uneven pressure. You want it to be the same all around, so that's why you do that. So after you connect the top, let it sit back on load. It'll set itself, and you want it to sit there in that set position that it set itself. Now I'm gonna go ahead and torque this down to 58 foot-pounds. This nut, the upper one and the lower one on the link, are both 58 foot-pounds, and then the ones for the bushing holder are 65 foot-pounds, both the nut and the bolt. And these nuts, 58. Alright, now that we got the nuts on the links torqued up, I'm gonna go ahead and put the wheel back on, and then we're gonna do the other side, same thing. Torque the nuts down on the links on the other side, and then we'll go ahead and put the vehicle back on the ramp so we can torque the bushing holder bolt and nut on both sides. And that's it. Changing links, front links and bushings on a 2021 Honda Odyssey Touring 5th gen.